Everybody, we are here once again on UMRV, Upper Mississippi River Valley, coming soon to a PC version of Farm Sim near you. And tonight we're going to be working some fields. I've got a couple fields of oats ready to harvest. We're going to harvest some oats. We're going to bale up some straw. I've also got some clover and alfalfa ready to be cut. We're going to cut it, bale it. We're going to ted it, see what it looks like in hay format. How is everybody doing this fine evening? Wailing once again, first in chat. Burgess bringing up the second place. Will, how are you doing today? How's everything going? Diablo del Toro, what is up? Aaron Gearling, how are you doing? Welcome to the party. Peter, what is up? How you doing? I am doing fine. I am doing fine. Dwayne came by to see what all the hype's all about. All those other jokers over on Chilliwack are like, oh, we need to leave. Dwayne's like, what's all the hype about? Either that or he came over here to see what's going on about this ethanol plant. It's got competition. Got some competition. Will, what is up? Oh, Tuki, I had a plan, but I was foiled. I had a plan in store, but I was foiled. I got the color configurator mod because I thought the color configurator mod let you change the color of anything. No, it doesn't. It only lets you change anything that you can change the color on to any color. But I was going to get a fleet of John Deeres and color them case red. But I couldn't do it, so I thought we'll just buy the best thing we can then. So I was foiled. Oh. I had an awesome license plate on here. But when I added GPS, I lost it. Schultz is here. Welcome. Jacer's back. Welcome. I decided we're going to make our home farm the pig and cow farm. The farm I think Jacer was liking. Over by field 44. Well, this map has Iowa tags. I was hoping we would have a choice between Iowa or Wisconsin flags. That's the right state, right? I was hoping we had a choice, but no, we have Iowa flags. Well, I'm over here because it was the smallest field of oats that was ready to harvest. That's cool. think we might take our oats over to the bakery. Remember, the bakery is what? Tim Hortons, right? Oh no, the grain mill. The grain mill. Then we could take our flour to Tim Hortons. What's up, GoldenEye? How are you doing today? Jason Dwayne came by to see what all the hubbub was about. Zipper, glad to have you here today because, well, you'll find out here in a few minutes why it's a important Simper Day. I would not be a very good content creator if I did not encourage my followers to watch all of my content. That would be disheartening. There may be a trivia quiz later. Well, we all know the cheesiest. That's reserved for Chester Cheetah. Oh, GoldenEye, by the way, I released the train, and I was thinking, but I didn't say anything last live stream, that I was hoping there was a train on both sides of the river. There is. The train runs a circuit, runs on both sides of the river. Well, GoldenEye, that's why they have speech recognition. You need to have your phone do speech to text. It does run on both sides. I was very glad to see that. Well, Optimus, you may have enjoyed what I was going to do, but I was thwarted. I was thwarted by a mod that didn't do quite what I thought it did. I thought the color configurator mod allowed you to change the color of anything. But no, that's not what it does. The color configurator mod allows you to take anything that you can change the color on and be able to change it to any color. Because I was going to have a whole fleet of John Deere stuff in case red. And I was going to title the stream Blasphemy. But it wouldn't let me. It wouldn't let me. To the unholy union. So here we are. Plan B. Hello everybody and welcome back to Upper Mississippi River Valley UMRV, coming soon for Farming Simulator 22 by DJ Modding. This is a convert of the original map from Farm Sim 17 by DR Modding, not to be confused by DJ Modding. How's everybody doing today? Oh yes, we are harvesting already. First harvest. We're also going to be mowing alfalfa and clover. I'm going to be baling alfalfa and clover, making alfalfa and clover grass, I guess. Then I want to ted it. I want to make some alfalfa and clover hay. I want to see if the alfalfa and clover look different in hay and grass form. And then I guess I'll find out if I can bale, or not bale, but feed bales to the cows. We've got 50 cows over at the pen, just waiting for some nourishment. United Bill 40, welcome. Welcome. This video is brought to you by the 901 Meister and Semper Buffo. Thank you for being farm barons. There you go, Semper. That's why I told you you were convenient. You were here early. I've got 3 fields of oats. We're gonna get oats going down at the flour mill. Once we figure out where that is. And then we are almost done this field. See how small this field looks on a PDA. Right, there's field 54. We zoom on out, right? There's little old field 54. But you know what? That is 11.28 acres. Or 3.85 hectares in size. We've also got field 30 in oats. We're going to harvest that. And we might just get up to field 2. And start harvesting field 2 with oats. I put in field 45. I put clover in there, and I've got alfalfa in field 39. Oh my, that is a that calls for that leveling harvester there. Oh. Mr. Jeaner. That's a good one. Well, yeah, it can be frustrating, I know. I think he means the road up at the road. I think he's talking about this road. I guess it's painted, right? Rabbit Rob! What is up, everybody? What is up, Rabbit Rob? Who's going to be attending the Farm Machinery Show in Louisville? What do we got? We got about 3 weeks before that thing kicks off. I'm going to be there. I'll be hanging out at the Farm Machinery Show every day of the week. Hope to meet up with some of you guys. Go out to dinner. Have some fun times. And then Giants announced just yesterday that they're going to be at PAX East in Boston in March. We're going to be at PAX East also. Me and my son, bringing my 9-year-old, we're going to PAX East. That's his spring break trip. And we're going to hang out with Giants for a little while. Hopefully each day. And, well, take in the rest of the show because, of course, you know, it's our vacation trip. But I want to spend some time with you guys. Yous guys, as those Canadians say. Oh, Mr. Jenner, maybe I'll put on a mask. Maybe I'll wear a mask. Optimus, I don't know if I'm going to live stream from there or not. Because there's the two things. One, whenever you're at a giant convention, Wi-Fi is just going to be, well, Wi-Fi is going to be a sad trombone. My sound effects are broken. And data is going to be questionable if you got decent data inside the building or not. I don't really know how much I'm going to do as far as taking video, because I don't know how much time I'm going to basically set aside in the evening and late at night to do any editing. But I might. Oh, DJ, that's nothing. I'm 9 hours from Boston. 600 miles each way. 600 miles each way. Maybe I can swing by and pick you up. Oops. I know, I'm really curious what we're going to have as far as weather. I picked a hotel that had, according to the Boston Mass Transit, had a subway stop like right outside the door. And then also, I know I can basically take the subway line to a stop, transfer over to a bus, and then take that to the convention center. I don't plan to do any driving. My goal is to get there and park the car and then not get back in it until we leave. But Kermit was saying one year they had 2 feet of snow during PAX. I've got the hotel booked. I got the days off from work. Kid is super excited. As you would expect. I mean, a 9-year-old boy. course he's going to be excited about going to a massive gaming convention. Explanation Discord, if you're not a member of the Discord and you want to check out what all the EC hype is. I'm pretty confident they'll be at PAX West also. That's obviously not a confirmation. Just I'm pretty confident they're probably going to be attending both of those on either side of the coast. Oh, Diablo del Toro! You too can use my graphics settings. I did a video where I told you all of my settings. We gotta take this across the river so we can get on the right side of the river, according to Tukey. So something I learned, and I mentioned during the pre-show, I learned that the train runs up and down both sides of the river. So it looks like the train basically runs north to south on the Iowa side, south to north on the Wisconsin side. Look, see what's it say? Leader of the track. Look, Case IH. Look, right there. Right there. Oh, it's non-drivable on this side. Oh yeah, I do recall seeing the oh look, Case IH. Too bad we can't have a case dealer on the other side of the river. Right? Look, there's a barge. There's that barge that Will was talking about. There's a couple run up and down. There's also a little cruise boat, a pleasure cruise boat. There goes the train. Oh, DJ, I saw in a comment, somebody mentioned something about they thought one of these two bridges was blue. I don't know. They thought one of those two bridges was blue. Blue moon. Delilah, we did start on the Wisconsin side. We had a small field of oats over there. Oats were the only thing ready to harvest. So I thought, what the hey, let's harvest some oats. Oh, run down Texaco station. Man. We're gonna make our way up to, I think it's field. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're gonna make our way up to field 50, so I gotta go all the way up to here, and then down. And then I've got field 46 we're gonna mow. Some clover in. Dragon's Eye 2020, welcome. Welcome. I guess if we have barley, right, we'll have to bring it down here to make some special brown. So we can buy all of that. Okay. All right, good. We can buy pretty much everything that runs along the river. So that way we can add production. We're gonna add our own production along the interstates. Oh man, narrow lanes. Whew. What's up, Matthew? How you doing today? Deer everywhere. Thanks to those trees. Do you put in a spawn point? Do you tell the deer where they can spawn at? Or do the deer just spawn if there's more than a couple trees close to each other? Well, we should probably do this, right? We should probably do this. Oh, Mr. Jeaner, something else. Something else you can do if you ever get a computer. You have a wonderful USB beacon. So when you turn your own beacons on in game, the beacon on your computer starts flashing. I wonder if there was a way to eliminate deer. There was a UK map that I noticed didn't seem to have any deer on it at all. And it was giving like a wildlife error on exit. Well, yeah, I mean... Sadly, lots of deer get hit by vehicles. The wife dodged a deer and ran into a ditch and really messed up her front end. Basically, lesson learned, just hit it. It'd do less damage. It can wreck your day, but driving a car into a ditch can bend a whole lot more. Alright, we almost made it over here. Then I think we'll start mowing. Our clover. I would not advocate hitting a deer on a motorcycle at all. No, I wouldn't advocate hitting anything on a motorcycle. Jep, what is up? Welcome. Welcome. But yeah, I think she bent tie rods. She busted out some other things under the car. Clearly totally messed up her steering. Basically, she got a fine from the court for failure to maintain control of your vehicle, which, quite frankly, I thought was a complete load of BS. She maintained complete control as she swerved it away from the deer. It's just there was a ditch in the way. Well, we made it over here. That was many, many, many years ago. So this map includes clover and alfalfa. So here we have fully ready to harvest clover. Oh, and like a doofus, I forgot to buy the field. Now we can do what we want. So I want to make clover bales, wet clover, clover grass, if you will. And then I wanted to make clover hay. I wanted to ted it and make hay and see what that looked like. Because according to the prices screen, we have both clover and clover hay. I wanted to see if I could feed my clover hay or alfalfa hay to the cows. You can, Rabbit Rob, you can. The map includes some fermenting silos. And you can take hay into silage. You can take alfalfa into silage, clover into silage, and chaff into silage. Now, one thing I noticed, DJ, and maybe it's because we've got a beta version here, but I didn't have the ability to put down. I would love to be able to place one of those fermenting silos. Because the farm we're starting at down here, where we have it at 44 and 50, it doesn't have a fermenting silo. So I'd love to be able to place my own down, right? Oh, we are using the Vermeer trailed mower from the Vermeer DLC. That's the mower we're using. This is from the Vermeer DLC. I didn't really see what the prices look like. Let's see what the prices are. So grass is 20s. Holy cow, Millers and Rusties. They buy, oh, they buy good. They buy good. 123, 151. Then we have alfalfa, 120, 112, 150, 154, 120. I mean, I guess you could make alfalfa and clover more valuable. Oh, we also have soybean straw. We can also do corn stalks. I remember reading that in the description. I just never mentioned it. I mean, in real life, IRL, right? IRL alfalfa is a more valuable crop than just standard grass hay. I don't know the value of clover and clover hay. I don't think we ever grew clover. But we definitely made alfalfa hay. And, you know, that was a premium. That was a premium product. Pretty sure we sold that to horse people. Pretty sure horse people wanted the alfalfa. But that was 35 years ago. Speaking of corn stalk bales, we've got the hint from the year 2 season pass. We got phase 1, right? Look at this. Phase 1 hint. Pack 1 of the year 2 season pass is take baling a step further. We got a round bale with a corn icon on it. What do y'all think that's going to be? What are we going to be able to do with pack 1 of the year 2 season pass? Are we going to be able to bale corn stalks? Or are we going to be able to bale chaff? What do you think? Let's hear your speculation. I think the starting farm does have a fermenting silo. Yeah. But we're working down here. I thought we'd work down here away from the start farm. Because quite frankly, I figured lots of people, or enough people, were just playing on the start farm. Then I would just deliberately start somewhere else. I tend to do that. I try to be different. Well, that's why I thought it'd be nice if you could put your own down, right? If they were buyable. That's why I was asking if the plan was to make them buyable in the finished version. So, not the one I got, but maybe later. Maybe later. In the release version. What did Jacer ask? This is Clover. We're cutting Clover. And we're gonna bale it. And I want to see if I can feed Clover hay to my cows. That's what we're doing. And then we're going to go across the road and we're going to mow some alfalfa. And we're going to make some alfalfa hay and see what I can do with that. I look for small fields in order to do the clover and the alfalfa. Schultz does his best to herd her all right. I think it's a good thing I decided not to do the, I was going to stream ACC members only last night. But then I decided I really didn't have enough time to set it up. Good thing too, because if I did, all the members would have seen the seen what happened. He let his foot hover over the brake pedal. Oh. It's just going to make the last two races more entertaining. That's all. There we have our cut clover. And then, of course, the real clover. A very long thank you letter, huh? He was quicker overall last night. Anyway. But your lap 2 antics did give him a nice cushion. Alright, Dragon's Eye, catch you later. Thanks for dropping by. America Farmers Gaming, what is up? Welcome. How things go? How things going? I don't know, Matthew. Maybe DJ knows. Alex, I don't live in the Midwest, but from what I understand, they are realistic, yes. And as far as the hired help AI, I mean, the best thing to do is just run a couple headlands manually up and down the sides and then hire your helper. Now, you're going to have enough fun times with the hired helper anyway, because these are not helper-friendly fields, right? I mean, go ahead. Go ahead and hire helper on that one, right? You're going to be going north-south is your best bet, but it's going to be, I mean, he's going to miss a whole bunch of stuff, right? These are not hired helper friendly fields. I mean, when this map came out in Farm Sim 17, it was hands down one of the most realistic maps for Farm Sim players to date. It basically nailed the look of the area, nailed the layout of the fields, nailed the layout of the cities down along the river. Yeah, Tukey's truck gets tired a lot. Oh, we're almost done. Then we can move on to our alfalfa. Well, this is a 4X, yes. Tell you what, this field here probably doesn't get mowed on a Sunday. I mean, in such close proximity to the church there, right? The farmer's probably going to feel a little guilty. Feel a little guilty about doing a little farm work on Sunday. But every so often, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You broke everything with your mods. I didn't break anything. Just saying. Chipping away. Chipping away. There we go. Let's go get the alfalfa now. That's over here by the ethanol plant. Well, Alex, it depends on the player. Some players are willing to sacrifice realism for gameplay ability, and then others are willing to sacrifice gameplay ability for realism. So it just depends on the person. But there's our alfalfa. Now you should be able to, let's take a look here. Yeah, see, you can buy all this, right? If you have tons of money, you can buy all the roads and then you can level your ditches out. So you could eliminate them if you wanted to. I'm not going to mow this entire field. That would take the rest of the night. But I did want to mow a couple passes at least, because I want to ted some and I want to bale some untedded. Yeah. Yeah, courseplay for PC players, right? Courseplay is the answer to just about any AI hired helper problem. Hotels are pretty pricey. Travel is probably going to be pretty pricey. The wife was like, well, you could fly up there. Then she looked at the air rates and said, okay, maybe not. I'm like, it's only 600 miles each way. Well, in my car, that's just over a tank of gas up, just over a tank of gas back. So 2.5 tanks is going to be more than enough. Matthew, I did do some courseplay tutorials in FS19, but I subsequently stopped using courseplay. I stopped using it in FS19 because I just got frustrated with it. It just wasn't working the way it should work. After a couple updates, it just seemed like it reverted intelligence. Now, folks tell me it's a lot better now. Folks tell me it's a lot better now, but I've pretty much changed my style of gameplay to where I don't really have much use for it. Are you in Boston, American Farmers Gaming? We're going to PAX East. We're going to the gaming convention in Boston in March. Giants is going to be there. We're going to be there. Well, Richard, I tell you what. You want the ultimate mowing setup. This is the ultimate mowing setup right here. The Gamesplanet, right? So this is your standard 3.5 meter front mower, but then this bad boy is 12.3 meters wide, and you can set it to windrow. So a 12.3 meter windrowing. That's the ultimate mowing setup right there. Yes. Well, that pretty much gets you into anything and everything. The panels, autograph sessions, concerts, the gaming tournaments. But yeah, like I said, you know, don't overextend yourself by any means. Don't overextend yourself by any means. So then I'm going to do one more pass, then I'll have enough that I can TED and also have some untedded. Richard, yeah, we're mowing alfalfa. Giants has been at the Twitch in the U.S. Yes, I don't know if they're going to attend European-based Twitch or not. I doubt it, but you never know. We might get it with the Phase 5 expansion map for the second year season pass. Right? You never know. Good evening, Hellhawk. How are you doing tonight? We've got a pretty good idea that we're getting some form of additional root crops. Carrots, turnips, parsnips, something like that. With respect to the new expansion map that was announced. You can on this map. There is alfalfa hay. At least I'm suspecting you can. Since there's an entry for regular alfalfa and then alfalfa hay. Hellhawk, what are you talking about? What about a 2025 release? In the year 2 season pass, most likely. Let me pull that back up again. So there we go. Year 2 season pass, big expansion 5. We have new map, lush with exciting crops, and then we have what looks like a carrot icon, or it could be some other form of carrot-like root crop. So speculation is it's going to be Eastern European map with carrots, turnips, parsnips, something to that effect. Where's that buzz coming from? That would be my guess, as if I were to pick a guess. The Giants would go for a 3-year cycle versus a 2-year cycle. American Farmer Gaming, yes. I'm going to be there the day before. We're going to drive up the day before, and then we are going to drive home the day after. It's a 9-hour drive. But who knows, they may, they may decide to, do a 4-year cycle for all we know, right? All right. Chad, I don't remember. Let me look. Directions. It is by the shortest route, 462 miles. So we're just going to do one round with the tedder. There we go. So we don't have a color change. So according to Google Maps, that was with tolls. I'll probably be going the toll-free route. If there is such a thing. So who knows what I'll end up paying for real. I'm not saying it's a long distance, Optimus. I'm just saying 500 miles. It's less than a tank of gas. So I can get out there on 50 bucks. I can get back on 50 bucks. And yeah, going out to the farm show, same thing. I'm driving out the day before, and I'll drive back the day after. I'll toss the audiobook on and just hit the road, Jack. Oh, there we go. That's that. Neon. Yeah, you all are much better served with the European events. I'm not able to attend the European events. One, I don't have a passport. Two, the cost for air travel would be rather significant. I think that's probably good. When we get down here to the back of the field. Chad, I don't know. I haven't really looked. I plan on probably just posting on the community tab of the channel. Kind of a place that I might be hanging out. A place and time that I'll be hanging out at the show for a meetup or a food establishment. And something that has not officially launched yet with the channel is by the time the show is going on, we will have merch. So I'm working on setting up a merch shop right now. So we'll have merch, channel merch. And I plan on being wearing some channel merch at both events, right? So keep an eye on announcement for that. That's probably going to be coming in very shortly. I'm waiting on the custom domain right now, then I think we'll launch our first product line. Thanks to Schultz. Schultz helped me out. Gave me a graphic based on some ideas I tossed around. Don't worry, I think this is decent merch. Decent merch. Shane, what's up? Bertus, that's what happens when you live on an island. An island nation. You can take a boat. Take a boat. Boats go over water. What is it? You gotta take a boat to the UK and then you can take the tunnel, right? Is there a tunnel between the UK and Europe, like France? I really like the realistic road signs. I don't think they were part of the 17. Maybe they were and I just didn't notice them or remember. Well, it's good to hear, Shane. Yeah, it's just a shame he never finished the map in 17. Right? I know, life gets in the way. I think we all know about life. Farmer Craig, what is up, sir? Alright, Chad, catch you later. That's the plan. Try to meet up in a couple weeks. Juno, is that it, Juno? I don't know what that any of that says. Other than top mega like, thank you. I think I understand what that means. Alright, so we've windrow that. Let's windrow regular Clover. Delilah, work definitely comes first. Right? Gotta pay the bills. Thankfully, I've got plenty of time saved up, and it's not that bad of a time of year. Almost perfect time to take off and do a little week trip. So we can definitely TED Clover, we can definitely TED alfalfa. Right? We definitely get different windrows with each product. No doubt with fuel costs rising, right? Plane tickets are going to be through the roof. Let's go windrow up our alfalfa. Denver to Orleans. That trip's in March. Did you get the tickets a while ago? That would be I think that would be the saving grace now, would be having booked the tickets, you know, several weeks ago. Is it one of those cases where you can't find competent help? I'm finding it next to impossible to hire anybody. I'm getting like 0 applicants for an entry-level position. I got 1 applicant. I've had a position posted for like 2 weeks now. I've had 1 applicant, and that applicant couldn't even put the right company name down on the salutation of the cover letter. They're like, "Dear Company A," obviously it didn't say Company A, but it was a different company, and Company B, or it's basically, "Dear Company A, Company B," where I work for Company B, hiring manager. And it's like, what? Sorry, if you don't even know who you're applying for, we're tossing you out. Will, it is an entry-level networking position. We are calling it a network and system engineer. They're going to work under our network admin and sysadmin. And since both of those report directly to me, then this engineer position would also then basically report directly to me. Yeah. Right? I mean, things look good. Things look good on the application. And then I get to the cover letter. "Dear Company A, Company B hiring manager." Everything went wrong. Just put the cover letter down right there. We're done. Thank you for applying. But if you can't pay that much attention, when you're trying to apply for a job, what makes me think they're going to pay that much attention after they have a job? Oh, Farmer Craig, so the bot is dumb. And if you put 2 words and separate it with just a period, it thinks it's a link. So if you put done.when, right? If you end the sentence in done, then you put a period and then you start when with the next sentence, it thinks done.when is a link. It's a dumb bot. Bots are dumb. Victor, what is up? How you doing, sir? From Puerto Rico, is that right? Holy cow. $1,900 in March. But if you want to fly next week, it's nearly free. Yep, you forgot a space. Well, Optimus, that's because the bot was written by a Zoomer. And the Zoomer is just so ADHD that they can't write good code. The same problem with Facebook. That's why Facebook's such a disorganized mess. We got an application at work that we use. If I have to add somebody to the system, I am not exaggerating to say that I have 47 clicks to add a user to a system. And I only have to go into about 17 different screens. And we have a way to add people by a script, but there's certain things you can't do in the script. There's certain things you can only do by clicking through all the screens. It's about as hopeless as you can get. So I was going to bale a straw, but we're going to jump over here instead. Well, Schultz, that's because business travelers, right? If you're traveling on business, you're more apt to fly in during the week and stay during the week. If your stay includes a weekend, then typically the rates are lower, right? Because they figure people aren't staying in a hotel over a weekend typically for business. So this is Clover hay. Lollipop, what is up? Let's see what Clover hay looks like when it drops off the baler. Then we'll see what clover, wet clover looks like. Hopefully these bales look different. Right, I think we had that problem on the Ohio map there for a while. Right, where the bales for clover. I think that map had clover also. Clover and alfalfa also. And visually the bales looked the same. You couldn't tell the difference. So yeah, it says crop type clover. Bale, clover hay. The first bale to come out is going to be hay. So now we have Clover. The icon down in the lower right is changed over. Today was probably in the 40s here. Ilana, what's up? Did I get that right? I know this bale looks an awful lot like the others. Clover. Clover. Clover hay. Clover. Clover hay. I don't know, what's the same color? It looked the same color to me. But then again, you guys may have said, oh, it looks completely different. Let's go check out the alfalfa. So the all new 6 types. So we have clover, clover hay, alfalfa, alfalfa hay. Are you including the soybean straw and corn stalk straw as the other 2? Okay. Well, we'll just chalk it up to my visual impairment. I mean, this is very obvious. So now we have alfalfa. This is alfalfa hay. Willie, thank you for the subscription. Thank you for subbing. Should I be able to feed any of these to cows? And will they take bales? Farming fanatic, That's great to hear. It's great to hear. Those that don't know that may be new to the channel, I've got mild color blindness, so, or moderate color blindness, I don't know. I honestly don't know. At any rate, when things are too similar, they're the same. Okay? So I wasn't seeing a difference, but apparently there is a difference. It's one reason why I don't do Maize Plus, is because I can't tell the difference between conditioned and unconditioned, I think. I forget. I was testing Maize Plus and I couldn't tell the difference between two different types of grass, hay, and I was basically like, forget it. And now we have alfalfa. Baled alfalfa in there. Life as a farmer, thank you for the sub. Alright, because I've got 50 cows and I got 50 pigs. Farming Fanatic, yes, this is a 4X map. Now that looks maybe darker. I might be able to see that one. Yeah, we're currently working on a pre-release beta here. Pre-release beta. Kentucky, the version you get will be the next version. Raphael, what's up? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good hanging out with you guys. Messing around here on UMRV. Yeah, there's definitely that difference, right? That's very obvious, right? There we have alfalfa hay, alfalfa. We'll get that later. Yeah, let me get up to the field. Let me get up to the farm. We'll spawn one of everything. Yeah, so right now we've got Kentucky. We've got early access to a beta version of the map. It's not quite what will be in the final version, but when the map releases, you'll have those textures in, right? Demos, that sounds very, very likely exactly what has happened. Farm Sim has a tendency to do that to you. It seems to tickle the brain in a different way than other games like classic shoot 'em ups or other games, even of the simulation variety. It just tickles that brain a little bit. Gives you a little bit of little endorphins in the happy sector. And when you're not playing Farm Sim, you just kind of start thinking, man, when I get back to Farm Sim, I want to do this, 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 and this, right? And next thing you know, you can't keep your brain off of Farm Sim. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We want a alfalfa bale, alfalfa hay, clover hay, bean straw, corn stalks, grass, home. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have, oh shucks, come back here. All right, so we have base game grass, base game hay. We have alfalfa, darker than grass. We have alfalfa hay, lighter than hay, kind of a grayish color, I guess. Then we have clover and clover hay. You all say they're different, but I'll just go with they're the same for me. We have soybean straw, very gray in color. And then we have corn straw, corn stalks. And then we have, of course, yeah, regular straw. All right, so there we go. Those are the different bales. Where is the flour mill? Kentucky Fried Chicken. I did a video actually probably about 3 weeks ago talking about my graphic options. It is going to be in the how-to playlist. I can tell you that it is a customized, very high setup. Life as a farmer right now, you can't find it anywhere. It's not released yet. As the thumbnail says, coming soon. Coming soon. When it is released, it'll be released over at DJ Modding's itch.io page. Once it's released, I will be publishing the official map tour, map review, first impressions video, and that video will have the official download link. Right now we're doing preview live streams. Tomorrow, though, we will not be doing a doubleheader live stream. Tomorrow we're going to be publishing a recorded video, hopefully in the afternoon. And of course, tomorrow is Sunday night, so we will be running our Sunday night convoy night on American Truck Simulator. The recorded video will be the final video related to our farm build series that we have been doing on the Holler map. And today I spent a couple hours on the map doing some finishing touches on the various farms. I went through, I put in what I felt would be a decent amount of starting money for those farms, and I downloaded the save game. So what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to put together a video where we have kind of a flyover of each farm area before. We'll fly over the farm area after. And then I'll kind of just do kind of a quick, kind of ground tour, maybe of each specific farm. And then we will post that video. That video will include a link to the save game in the description. It'll include a link to download the mods that were used to build out the save game. And then if you want, You can download the save game and download the mods, incorporate them into your own mod folder, and put some playtime on my rendition of the Holler if it would have farms pre-built into it. Or if you want to go and try your hand at multiplayer, you can even load it up on a multiplayer server because all of the different farms were built out on a multiplayer server already. So they are all ready to go. Demos I have not played satisfactory. Alright, let's head on up past our beer factory. Yingling Lager. I thought Yingling was just in Pennsylvania. Apparently it's also in Iowa. Oh. Well, if you're in Iowa, I'm sure as heck ain't driving out there. Come on, truck, downshift. We're empty. So this is going to dump us out right by the starting new farmer farm. There's been quite a few maps recently using that relight. I know it really looks good on, looked really good in Chilliwack. Demos, my playstyle would probably be doing everything manually. That's generally what I do. I play within my means of being able to do the jobs myself. So I would never play a 4X map single player unless I focused on just a very small area of the map. Others are into big machinery. Others are into more managing workers. And that's fine, right? But as you will see soon, and as I've said before, to me, Farm Sim is a chill. Farm Sim's a chill game. You just play it to chill, right? It's a de-stressor. You separate yourself from reality. The stresses of life just go away when you're doing Farm Sim. I've got a 9-year-old. He likes to play the shoot 'em up like every other kid in the world does, right? Well, I'll hear him in his room and he'll get angry. He'll get so frustrated. He's 9, the poor kid. He'll get so angry and frustrated he'll start crying, right? And it's like, games are not supposed to make you mad. Games are not supposed to induce so much stress that you have a physical response, an emotional response. The last thing you need in life is another stressor, right? And that's why, as you have found out, Farm Sim seems to scratch that itch within the brain. The happiness endorphins get triggered because it's a de-stressor, right? So I play to chill. And for me, chilling just means doing everything manually. And forgetting to buy fields. Because, of course, that would be too easy to remember. So that's my gameplay style. I used to do sim racing. I used to do iRacing a lot. And I quit iRacing. I just quit iRacing because I realized that iRacing was just too stress inducing. You would spend all week practicing, you'd spend all week trying to refine your driving line, get your braking points right, get your acceleration right, try to work on your car setup. And then you go into the race and bam, somebody does something stupid, totally completely screws your race up. And your, what could have been a 2-hour race turns into 15 minutes. And then you have nothing else to do for another 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Because in iRacing, everything is on a schedule, right? You can't just quit a race and start another one right away. You have to wait till the next scheduled race starts, which could be tomorrow. Well, what I did was I found Farm Sim because I was looking for something to fill the time gap between races. So if somebody would completely screw my race up and I would have to kill 2.5 hours, I may or may not really want to go in and practice again, right? So I started doing Farm Sim as a way of zoning out between races. And then I eventually found myself preferring to play Farm Sim than to practice. And then I had this realization that iRacing was just too stressful. I didn't need that stress on top of the work stress, on top of, you know, other stresses. So I quit it. Well, Schultz, yeah, but you know. I'll give you a pass. I give you a pass. I figured on lap 1 you realized that I was braking through that corner more than you were. So I figured on lap 2 that you would know that and wouldn't run over me. And then I think later on the race, I think the car was just damaged from the turn 2 incident, or lap 2 incident. Plus, I know I accidentally downshifted into first gear. That didn't help. But I may have accidentally downshifted into first gear because I never upshifted into the final gear that I would normally be on the straight. And maybe that's because I don't know if ACC has anything where like your car deteriorates over time if you don't get it fixed. Maybe that's what was going on. I was just down on power. My aero was messed up and I was down on speed. And it had just kind of incremented up that damage model. There you go, right? Dual monitor set up. You can just play Farm Sim. You can have a movie on. You have other videos on. I think other people have made videos kind of like the Farm Sim difference. Well, Demos, one thing is that FS22 is the first time that we've had production in base game. So up until FS22, production mods were PC only, and they made use of additional scripts, external scripts. So Giants has incorporated production into the game. And in essence, what we get with production in FS22 is basically a sampling. There's like samples. So like if you look at your production here, and I know we have custom production on this map. Come on, autosave. I know we have custom production on this map, but if you take a look here at, let's say, the sawmill. The sawmill has one input and two outputs, right? So if you look at it, it's a sample. It's an example of how you can make a production item, take one thing and make two things. And as a modder, you can take the sawmill, you can look at the coding, and you can make it do whatever you want. I could have it take water and make ice and snow cones if I wanted to. The bakery is an example, the base game bakery is an example where you have a lot of inputs, but then you only have 2 outputs. You have bread, and bread is a simple 1-to-1. Takes flour, makes bread. But then you have the cake that takes like 5 inputs and then makes a single product as an output. So think of all the base game productions as simply being proof of concept working examples that then modders can make use of and further expand the creative process. Smoky Games, go ahead, ask your question. That's what we're here for. I mean, I would love for the cereal factory, like, to make cornflakes or Raisin Bran. Why is the cake alive? Why is the cake alive? So, right, because if you gotta do raisins, that means you gotta do grapes. That makes the cereal factory pretty blah. But if we could have, like, let's say, cornflakes that doesn't take raisins, or we can have Raisin Bran, right? And maybe Raisin Bran is a lot more expensive when you sell it. You get more money. But I could still make regular cornflakes. Or I can make that, what's that wheat? Shredded wheat? Right? Jacob, what's up? How you doing, sir? How you doing? So the same can be said for maps, right? Some people are like, Giants should not make maps because they don't do a good job of making maps. I disagree. I think their newer maps have been very well done. But the Giants delivered maps are in essence samples. Because Giants gives you the Giants editor, you can export the base map into the editor, and then as a person using the editor, you can tweak the base map to your heart's content. You can learn to build a map. And the base map has tons of models, tons of resources. We have in FS22 3 base maps. We have a massive library of buildings and decorative assets that are in those base maps. So if Giants didn't deliver us these base maps, we wouldn't have those assets that other mappers could use to build their own creations. And therefore, we would probably have maybe a quarter of the maps that we see today, because a lot of people just don't have the capabilities, the time, or the knowledge to build their own buildings, build their own models. There you go. Schultz has got the answer for you. As we learned earlier today, all the animals hold 500. So if we look at our animals here, Buffalo Hill Ranch is 500, holds 500 cows. Century Farm has 500 pigs and 500 cows. Dry Creek Ranch can hold 500 cows. Circle Farms Ranch can hold 500 cows. Valley Bluff Farm can hold 500 cows. Circle Farms can hold 500 pigs. Dry Creek can hold 500 pigs. Stanley Dairy Farm can hold 1,000, 1,500 cows in 3 different pens. And then Black Acres Ranch can hold 500 cows. We are technically here at Century Farm because we have 50 cows and 50 pigs. Yeah, shredded Wheaties, right? Shredded mini wheats. That would be cool. So just think of the base game as examples. They are working examples that are good enough for the beginning player, good enough for the casual player, but for the player that is more dedicated to farm sim, for the player that maybe wants to make their own creations, the maps, the vehicles, the implements, the production, all of those things that are delivered from the base game are all resources to be enhanced and built upon. Oh, Jacob's getting his UMRV fix on FS19 for now. Twisted Gaming, your wish has come true. A10, how is it in Scranton? Is it cold up there? Oh, no, it's been decades since I played Half-Life, and I never did Portal. Doughboy, what is up? Look what map we got here. Look what map has showed up. Earlier today, I dug up a certain FS17 playlist. Boy, you completely forget how much the game has changed in 5 years. Going back and looking at FS17 gameplay to now, it is more than night and day difference. I don't watch the Farm Sim show, so no. I don't know anything about it. I heard somebody mention something about 2025 and maybe speculation. Maybe, Doughboy, maybe. There, Hellhawk was talking about it. How's Doughboy been? Oh, are you coming up past your way in March? Because I'm going to be going to Boston. We're going to PAX East. M9, we are doing a little overtime. I thought we'd finish this field out. We only got a few more passes up and down. We're also going to Kentucky next month to the National Farm Machinery Show. I don't know if I definitely didn't see that tweet because I don't. The only thing I use Twitter for is posting messages. I know I should have emptied. I was going to relocate the truck. This is all to my plan. My plan to take over the world. Say it ain't so, M9. Say it ain't so. Oh, indeed. Indeed, Schultz. My general philosophy is... It isn't until it is. Right? I've said before that probably 2025 would be the earliest we would see a farm sim based on the way they keep asking people if what they thought of the 3-year gap versus the 2-year gap. Right? The amount of features that they were able to bring into 22 that they couldn't have done if it was Farm Sim 21. Right? And quite frankly, if you can fill out the years with paid content, then you can just keep pushing that development plan and keep bringing in the feature set. Because there's just a few reasons why you would release a new game. And one of those reasons is money revenue, money stream. Well, if you can satisfy your revenue stream with paid content, right? Let's talk about SCS. The SCS model of just endless DLC, right? So SCS doesn't need to develop a new game until their model of a couple of DLCs every year doesn't work for them financially anymore. So we'll see. Right? I guess we'll know. We'll know the, we'll know maybe in 15 months what's going to happen. Boy, I think this is a very, very good rendition of the FS17 version of the map. It has been completed, so the areas of the map that were left undone in 17 have been finished out. The farms have been brought forward visually with newer buildings. They've been rebuilt in the same general style as the 17 map. We're looking off in the distance at the ethanol plant, right? There's production now, so there's 21 productions built in. So here we have the PDA. So we've got a farm over here. Right, we got this farm, we've got that farm, we got a farm there, 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 and a farm there. Right, we got a river, we got our two towns, we got production scattered on either side of the town. This all down here is now finished. This is finished over here as well. Yeah, Schultz, exactly. If there is a 25, it needs to not be PS4 and Xbox One. It needs to be exclusively PlayStation 5, Series X, S, and PC. If. Now, do we know the exact wording of the post? Right? Was it what do you want to see in Farm Sim 25? Or could it have been a mistype, like, what do you want to see in Farm Sim? And then had been, like, you know, the year 23, except they accidentally typed 25. Well, part of it, I think, Schultz, is we need game developers to cease releasing things on old platforms. Right, Hellhawk, but the question I have is if instead of saying 25 it said 23, would the question have made any sense? I don't know. I didn't see the post. I didn't see the show. So I don't know if they had a screen cap of the post or what. Oh, you don't need to tell me about supply issues. I still suffer from supply issues. We got a building we need to renovate. Renovation is supposed to start in early May. And basically phase 1 needs to be done by middle of August. Oh, this is what happens when your fingers are on the wrong buttons. And we learned that the HVAC is 50 weeks out. Right? We learned that, or I know that my wireless access points I ordered, I put an order in back in July of 22. I've yet to receive that order yet. I need to put an order in for the access points to upgrade those in the renovated building. If I put that order in on Monday, I may not have it by September. There's still a lot of delays. All right, folks, that's going to do me for the night. I want to thank you all for coming out and watching. We had a great chat, great discussion. As I said, keep an eye on the channel for tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to publish the conclusion of our farm build series with a wrap-up video that is basically going to give you some farm tours before and after each build. It's going to include links to download the save game, the mods, and such. And then tomorrow night we will be back on American Truck Simulator doing our Sunday night convoy night with the Mayhem crew. Oh. Well, that's not good. Oh, you evil. You evil thing.